Alright guys, welcome to the third video of PR9. Today, we'll be talking about HMS Duncan, even though she's like over here. But don't worry, we'll talk about her. So, we'll use the same procedure as last time, going back and forth with the wiki page, because we got the stats there. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So, stats at 100 and let's say 125. Why not? 125, 9176 on the health, 373 firepower, 282 torpedo, 338 anti-air, 170 reload, 40 evasion, medium armor, 32 speed, 75 hits, and 16 on the oil cost. So I think for battle cruisers, that's on the higher end of health. I don't think it really matters too much, but it is, I think, on the higher end of health. I can check right now. What's the most recent Constellation? Constellation has like 8,300 health. I know there's more. Magi's like outdated though, but yes, Magi has little HP. That's pretty good though. I think that's like I want to say that's the highest battle cruiser health we have in the game as of right now. But anyways though, good health. Firepower is average for a battle cruiser. Pretty average on everything else, honestly. Torpedo stat is interesting. I'm guessing she does torpedo stuff. We'll see when we find out, but that's a weird one. Anyways, let's go on with the next part. The efficiencies, we got 145 on the BB gun, 180 on the light cruiser gun, and 110 on the anti-air. So that's not bad. 145 on the BB gun is actually pretty good, I won't lie. So that's actually pretty solid. Perma stats 120. We got please be battleships. It is battleships plus 1 firepower. We'll take that easy peasy. Now there's one thing I don't talk about is development levels too much. For the most part, battleships and battle cruisers, you want to have that dev 30, so maxed out. You also want to have carriers as well too at maxed out amount. So there's that. But I don't see any torpedoes here. Interesting. Anyways though, let's just continue on with the kit. Maybe it's in there somewhere. Commencing cleanup duty. At the start of the battle, increase the ship's firepower and accuracy by 20%. Every 30 seconds, as long as this ship is not the flagship, increase the damage of this ship's next main gun salvo by 20%. That's pretty good. When this ship fires her main guns, fires a level 10 special barrage, enemies hit by this barrage take 5% more HE damage for 5 seconds. Increase this ship's damage dealt to light cruisers and heavy cruisers by 10%. So that's actually really, really good. That's like a light cruiser specialist. And this is actually pretty solid buffs as well too. If it wasn't for the locking and firepower, I think this is actually like a really, really good kit for bossing. Honestly, I think this ship is actually pretty solid. Like this skill alone is actually really, really good. This definitely has potential, I will say that. The next skill is going to be a professional composer. At the start of the battle, increase this ship's evasion by 15%. As long as this ship is afloat, reduces all other main fleet's damage taken by 5%, up to twice per battle. Okay, some damage reduction. When this ship's HP drops below 50% as a result of damage taken, restores 5% of this ship's max HP and fires a homing torpedo at the nearest enemy. Alright then, that's where a torpedo stat comes in. Enemies hit by this homing torpedo have their speed reduced by 30% for 6 seconds. Alright, not too bad. A little bit of sustain, a little bit torpedo action as well. Now you probably won't see this too often unless you're doing like campaign or whatever. Bossing, you're probably never gonna see this, but it's actually a neat little kit right there. That's for campaign pushing, 100%. But not so much for bossing. I will say that because you're bossing, you rarely ever drop that low HP as a backline ship. On rare occasions, some bosses do, but for most of them, no, they don't. But otherwise, though, this first skill is very, very good. I think if we if you run the proper setup for her, I don't think her numbers are going to be like UR numbers, but they can definitely be very good. They really, really can. So let's go ahead and run the simulation real quick. see what we got here. Prototype 419. I guess it's the SSR gun for her. 419 is a strange gun. I think it's one of the new guns for her, which we'll talk about later on. But let's see what we got for this kit right here. So she has a pretty good reload. 170 is actually pretty fast. No reload buff though, so lacking in that department. But let me see how her barrage is. How strong is this? Yeah, that's the barrage. It doesn't look that strong, honestly. I was hoping for more impact of a barrage, but I guess they're saving impact barrage for like the big ships. But this right here is just like a simple wave clearance. It's like a it reminds me of Vittorio's. It really does remind me of Vittorio's, but this is a really bad example of a boss because she specializes against like light cruisers and against some heavy cruisers as well. They have her against a aircraft carrier, which is kind of wonky and weird. But I don't think she's like the worst ship. Definitely is one of the better SSR ships by all means. It's just gonna take you like the average player like 6 months, 5 months to max this out for them to be usable. But I think this ship is actually pretty good for a battle cruiser as well as SSR tier ship by all means. Maxing her out is gonna be a different story though, but with the right kit, and if you're doing like light cruiser content or light armor content in general, she could be very, very good. I think the stats are okay. Definitely has low firepower, but everything else though is very solid. Not bad. Not a bad ship at all. And a great backside as well too for back shots. You guys know what I'm saying? Anyways though, that's what I got for this ship right here. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.